Welcome to Wellia Health's new birth center at our Mora campus. Step into our state-of-the-art facility designed for your comfort and safety. Explore our virtual tour and immerse yourself in the excitement of welcoming your newest family member. Prepare for the journey of parenthood with our comprehensive prenatal education series and discover expert tips on our blog. Your journey starts here. Come experience Wellia Health's birth center in Mora, Minnesota today, or explore online at welliahealth.org.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to Pine City, Minnesota for today's baseball matchup between the Pine City Dragons and the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels. It's a non-conference matchup, but it is a section matchup, so there is some importance to this game for both of these teams. Both these teams coming into this game not having won a game yet. Pine City 0-2 on the season. Moose Lake Willow River 0-1, so both of these teams looking to get their first win on the season. But, of course, Pine City looking to do that on their home field here today, hosting the Rebels of the Moose Lake Willow River Co-op, if you will call it that. For Pine City here today, again, slow start for them here. It's a younger squad this year. Last year they graduated a bunch of talent. The last 2 years, actually, they've really graduated a bunch of talent, and it's been tough. It's been tough, but they believe in this youth, and they believe in what they have here, and they're going to run with it. And for Moose Lake Willow River, they are 1-2, having those two losses on the season, or 1-1. Well, they're one of those three. I've got conflicting reports from different websites, so I don't know. We'll stick with the 1-2 for now, I guess. Again, conflicting reports from different websites, so we'll stick with the 1-2 for now, as they did lose to Mesabi East at the beginning of the season. That was way back at the beginning of this month, 6-3, and according to Minnesota Baseball Hub, they did beat Carlton Renshaw 10 days ago. Not this past Friday, but the Friday before that, and they won 20-0 at home for that game. So 1-1 on the year, 1-2, something like that for Moose Lake Willow River. This is their second away game on the season. Of course, many of these teams have not been able to play a bunch of games due to the fact that it has rained, it snowed, it's all the above. So we're lucky to be able to be out here today. It was starting to rain here. In fact, it did rain a little bit here at the field, but it held off. It's now stopped, appearing to have stopped, and it looks like we will get this baseball game in. Pulling into the parking lot, it started to get a little bit heavier, and I thought, oh boy, are we going to get a late postponement for a game? But no, the rain moved in and moved out pretty darn quickly, so we are going to have this game here between Pine City and Moose Lake Willow River. For Pine City, their first game was supposed to be against Ogilvie, but that got postponed. That's important because I'll talk about it in just a moment. But their first game was on the road in Rush City. They fell in that game 10-0. That was due to Nathan Pace having an outstanding performance, striking out 13 of the 15 batters he faced in that one. And Pine City just could not get by Nathan Pace. He was a phenomenal pitcher there for Rush City, and he'll probably be their ace all season long. If I were to be a bet man, I think that he would be their ace all year long. So Rush City's got a pretty darn good pitching rotation here this year. And then in their second game, Pine City just this past Thursday fell to Bram 17-7. Again, Bram and Rush City are probably the two teams to look at the top of the conference here this year. Pine City's kind of been at the top of the conference the last couple of seasons. They've done a really good job the last couple of seasons, and even dating back even a few years before that. It's been a really good run for this baseball team. Whether it's the regular season, whether it's playoffs, they have done a phenomenal job with their team and the runs that they have been able to go on. It's been a ton of fun to watch for many years, and this year they're going to rely on that youth and rely on the leadership of the older guys that they have on the squad for this year. Again, a younger squad, but they're going to rely on that youth for this team to try and help them get a few wins here. And again, it's all how you're playing come the month of June. That's when you want to be playing at the top of your game, because that's when playoffs start. And when playoffs start, you definitely want to be at the top of your game. Last year for Pine City, 16-6 on the season. They finished 4th in Section 7AA. For Moose Lake Willow River last year was 8-10 performance. They were down in 10th spot. Pine City, again, they got to host a playoff game last year. And it was a easy win. Well, I shouldn't say nothing is easy in the playoffs, but it was a good win, 10-0 over Malacca. And then they have the next two at home as well, or next one at home, as they beat International Falls 10-3. Then they went on the road. They traveled up to ESCO, and well, that ESCO team, believe it or not, returns most of their starters for this year again. They were the state champs last year. They fell to ESCO 14-3. Then they were in the elimination bracket where they played Mora, who had a phenomenal playoff run. They made it to the championship game against ESCO, and Pine City fell to that Mora team 7-4. So, again, a great playoff run for them last year. The year before that was another fun run. It was either that year or the year before that where they were up over in Superior, Wisconsin to play a game on a turf field, and they played Evelyn Gilbert, and that was a phenomenal matchup between those two teams. That was actually the first playoff baseball game I had called, and man, what a game that was between Pine City and Evelyn Gilbert. Sadly, Pine City fell in that one, but what a game it was. So I'm excited to see how this youth does now in its third game playing. Again, younger team, but they are relying on said youth to come out and gain a ton of experience early on here. Taking a look at your lineups here for the Pine City Dragons. On the mound for today is going to be Nick Stewart. He is going to be the pitcher for today. And then behind the plate, catching for him is going to be Ezra Barth. He's going to be behind the plate catching those pitches. Then over at first, we're going to have Jacob Staber. On second, it'll be Ezra Barth once again. And then catching is Ethan Agard. Then over on third base, it's going to be Caleb Hogberg. Shortstop will be Elliot Blatz, if I can read my own writing. Then in left field, Bo Heggie there. And in center, you're going to have Evan Denz. And in right field, Darian Hall will be over in right. Nick Stewart will not bat today, and DHing for him will be Waylon Peterson. Taking a look for the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels. Lane Radzak will lead off for them. He's going to play out in center. We're in number 7. Rebels with their blue jerseys with the red shoulder stripe, the white letters and numbers outlined in that red, the white pants as well. Dragons in their green jerseys, the black letters and numbers outlined in the white, the green hats, and the gray pants. So leading off is Lane Radzak for Moose Lake Willow River. And Stewart with the windup and the pitch in there for strike one. A late strike call, but a strike call nonetheless. And the game is off with a 0-1 start to Lane Radzak of Moose Lake Willow River. Stewart with the 0-1. That one's in there for a strike two. Came in with the breaking pitch that time for an 0-2 count now to the leadoff man, Lane Radzak. And here's the 0-2. That one swung on and hit right back up the middle to the shortstop. Nice grab, throw on to first. Plenty of time for out number 1. So a ground out there to shortstop by Radzak, and that is out number 1. And a beautiful play that time by the shortstop, Elliot Blatz. Now to the plate. Batting in the number 2 spot and playing shortstop himself is Reese Bodie for the Rebels. He'll be in the left-handed batter's box here for Moose Lake Willow River. Stewart gets set. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one's low, but swung on in the dirt for strike 1. Reese Bodie thought that one might hang a little bit more, and to be fair, if that one does hang in that zone just a tad longer, he's going to give that one a ride out to right center, but it winds up breaking very nicely at the last moment for strike 1. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. 1-1 now the count for Reese Bodie. Stewart with the 1-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. He's out in front of that pitch, and Stewart, that's the second time he's got him to swing in front of that pitch. And now he's got 2 strikes on him and 1 ball. Stewart with the 1-2. That one swung on and popped up towards third base. Can't quite see it. And it's grabbed for out number 2. So down the line where we can't see, but it is grabbed for out number 2 to one of those guys over there. What was the left fielder or third baseman? We don't know. But it's a fly out for out number 2. And that'll bring up Tyler Jewell to the plate. He is their pitcher today for the Rebels. He'll be in the right-handed batter's box. Wearing some cool baby blue gloves. Those stand out. I like them. That one's in there for strike one. Paint job on that bat makes it look wooden. I assure you it's not. But it does look wooden. It's pretty cool. The 0-1 is going to be in the dirt to Jewell for ball one. 1-1 count for Tyler Jewell, wearing that number 5 jersey for the Rebels. Now, if you hear a shot in the distance, I promise you, no one's out hunting in the woods here. We do have a junior high JV track meet just behind us, so that is what that is. Next pitch from Stewart is in there on the outside part of the plate for strike 2, and Stewart trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and given a ride to the third baseman. It gets under his glove, and Jewell is on with a 2-out base hit. So Magnus Kosher will be up to the plate. Wearing number 4, he'll play over at third. Stewart back to the mound, and he'll ready. Checks on the runner at first, and the throw is wide of the runner. He's going to round second, not even worried about the throw, and he's going to jog into third, to be fair, quite easily standing up. So an error there will lead to Jewell quickly going from 1-2 count with 2 down, looking like a 1-2-3 inning now. 2 down and a runner on third for the Rebels. For Magnus Kosher. This will be the first pitch he sees. He gives it a ride, and that's going to score a run. Out towards left field, and it'll be an RBI single for Magnus Kosher. And that'll bring to the plate Joey Steen for the Rebels. A senior. One of only 3 seniors on this Moose Lake Willow River squad. So a run has scored. It is 1-0, and another ball that is swung on and hit just past the shortstop. And it'll be the 3rd single in a row. That'll put runners on first and second. Joey Steen is the latest Rebel to get on. PJ Frisch now up to the plate. Playing behind the plate today at catcher. He'll be in the left-handed batter's box. So again, runners on in first and second. Swing and a miss there by Frisch. Make it 0-1. Runners on first and second with 2 down and 0-1 count now to Frisch. A 1-0 lead for the Rebels. That one is swung on and missed as well by Frisch. And out in front 0-2 is Nick Stewart. Good comeback on those two. He's got that ball diving nicely right as that reaches the plate and getting the batter to swing. He's giving him something he thinks he can hit, but man, it takes a dive right at the last second, and the runners will advance. No worry from Agard to try and throw the runners out. So runners on at second and third. With 2 down. That one swung on and fouled back out of play, so we'll do it again with a 1-2 count for PJ Frisch. Frisch back into the left-handed batter's box. 2 down, runners on in scoring position. Nick Stewart trying to get out of here with only allowing 1. Swing and that one was hit in front of the plate, but they're going to say foul. So we'll do it again here for PJ Frisch. 2 down, runners on in scoring position. Stewart trying to get out of the jam. Good idea on that one. And it's 2-2 now. Agard with a good block there. Making sure that one doesn't go through to allow a runner to cross the plate. Here's the 2-2. That one swung on and popped up down the left field line. And that'll be a single, an RBI single. It'll score 2 runs. Again, can't see it down that left field line, but it is an RBI single that scores 2. To make it 3-0 in favor of the Rebels. With a runner on first and still 2 down. That brings to the plate now for the Rebels, Luke Dewey, playing out in left field. Wearing that number 3 jersey. Stewart glances at the runner at first. He's going, and throw down to second. Nobody's there. Luckily, the shortstop was able to run after it hopped a couple times to grab it. Otherwise, that's going into the outfield, and the runner is probably headed towards third. Here's the pitch from Stewart. Ooh, they're going to say just high for ball 2. So 2-0 count now to Luke Dewey. 2 down, runner on in scoring position at second base. Now one's low for ball 3. So 3-0 count now for Luke Dewey. Good start to this inning for the Dragons, but it took 1 hit by Tyler Jewell to really start things for the Rebels, and it will be a 4-pitch walk to Luke Dewey, putting runners on first and second, still 2 down. Top of the first. Now brings to the plate Hayden Danelski. Playing out at second, and that one is going to get down in front of the right fielder. That one was tough. Second baseman raced after it, but not going to get there in time. The right fielder really had no chance at it, and it's an RBI single for Hayden Danelski. Runners at the corners, 2 down, 4-0. Is the Rebel lead. This one is high from Stewart for ball 1. Bruno Larson now at the plate, playing out at right field. Or number 12. Pitch into him. Gonna be a ball, and runner will take second. So runners now at second and third with 2 down. 3-0 count now to Bruno Larson after that pitch from Stewart, and in danger here of loading the bases. That one's in the dirt. Good job by Agard blocking that one, keeping it in front, but it will be a walk for Bruno Larson, which will bring us back to the top of the order for Lane Radzak. He grounded out to the shortstop in his first at-bat this inning. And he'll try and empty the bases for Moose Lake Willow River. Swings and misses on that one. He's looking for the big swing here. And I think that time he could have held off maybe on that one. Sometimes you get a little too greedy at the plate, taking something that maybe you shouldn't. But if you're Nick Stewart, you'll take that all day. That one's up towards the first baseman. He's under it, gloves it for out number 3. So the Dragons give up 4 runs on 4 hits. One error, and we'll move down to the bottom of the first. So the Dragons do get out of it there, in danger of unloading the bases there and making it a healthy 7-0 hole, but are able to get out of it there, and we'll move now to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be the Dragons' turn to get on the board, and they'll look to get some of these runs back that they gave up to Moose Lake River. Again, only 4-0. There's plenty of time for Pine City to get back into this one. Again, it's not a timed event. Baseball, that's the beauty of baseball. Not a timed event. So you don't have to worry about time constraints. As long as it takes you to get back, you use all the time you have to. Again, on the mound today for the Rebels is number 5, Tyler Jewell. Catching it for him is number 6, PJ Frisch. Going through the lineup one more time for them. Those are the first 2. Then over on first, Joey Steen. Then over at second, Hayden Danelski. At third, it's Magnus Kosher. Then at shortstop, Reese Bodie. Out in left, it's Luke Dewey. At center, Lane Radzak. And in right field, Runo Larson. Rain has picked up once again, and you may not be able to see it on the camera, but looking through, it's coming down. It's a healthy amount out there. We might be in danger of having this one called, unfortunately. We're hoping not, but there's a healthy amount coming down. Leading off, though, for the Dragons, the bottom of the first is going to be Elliot Blatz over at shortstop. Into the right-handed batter's box, Jewell with the windup and the pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Jewell with the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on, and I think Platts may have gotten a piece of that one. It pops in and out of the catcher's glove, but it is strike 1. It's a 1-1 count for Elliot Blatz, the leadoff batter for Pine City. Here's the 1-1 from Jewell. That one swung on and hit out towards second. Takes a hop. Second baseman is there, grabs it, throws it on to first in time, easily for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down for Pine City. And Bo Higgy to the plate over in left field today. Jewell with the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed. He wanted that one, but just off the mark. And he's back into the batter's box to try and do it again with an 0-1 count. Jewell with the pitch. That one's given a hit out to center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The Dragons get on with a single. And now get that base runner on with 1 down. Now to the plate, Ethan Agard behind the plate today on defense. Jewell will take a glance at the runner at first. And here's the pitch. Swinging and a miss by Agard. I think that one caught Agard off guard a little bit because he was expecting a little bit of something off speed, but Jewell came right in there with the heater at about letter level. Sometimes those are just too tempting. It's probably one you could lay off of, but it's too tempting when it's at the letters like that, because if you give that a ride where he did, man, that's going to be one that has hit a while. So a 1-1 count now for Agard. And a throw over to first, but he's back in time safely, making him get dirty, but he is back safely. Jewell with the pitch, and this one is swung on and hit down the third baseline, but called foul. So Agard will walk back to the batter's box and do it again with a 1-2 count. Just getting a new ball out there on the mound, are they, for Jewell? Everyone's back to where they should be, and Agard will get set with a 1-2 count. Jewell with the pitch. That one's popped up behind the plate. A long backstop gives the catcher an opportunity, but it's going to go out of play. Frisch racing after it. But again, that one goes out of play. You got a deep backstop here at Pine City, so the benefit of that is if you're at the plate, it gives the catcher a long ways to go, and there's not a lot of opportunity to catch it. But at the same time, if you do have a catcher that is athletic enough, well, it gives him a lot of time to catch it. That one's going to be in there for strike 3, and Agard's going to go down looking for out number 2. And that'll bring to the plate now Caleb Hogberg playing at third. Two down and a runner on first for Pine City. Jewell with the pitch in there for strike 1 to Hogberg. Bottom of the first. Pine City trails 4-0 to the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels on that Brace Orthodontic scoreboard. And a half-hearted swing there from Hogberg, and he tips it back into the backstop. Now makes it a tough 0-2 for Hogberg. And a runner on first with 2 down. That one's high for ball 1. Catcher up from his stance quickly, but runner at first is back, easily standing. Jewell will check on that runner at first. Waits, here's the 1-2 delivery inside, and the throw down to second going to easily beat the runner, and they're going to throw him out at second. Peggy trying to get that jump, but just not enough of one, and a great throw from the catcher there. So not quite 1-2-3, so to speak, but they do get the fourth batter there, and he will not be able to complete his at-bat. So he'll get to bat again once we get to the top of inning number 2. But we move now to the top, or the bottom of inning number 2. That's how that's said. But now we'll move to the top of inning number 2, because that's when the Rebels will bat. They have a 4-0 lead they hope to add on to. But if you're Pine City, again, encouraging there early on in the bottom of the second or first. Got that runner on. And they had the right game plan. They had exactly what they wanted, but just unable to get some more guys on base and unable to get that ball in play. Otherwise, they probably could have added 1 or 2 runs. They will have to wait for the second inning to begin for their chance to try and get some of those runs back. But for now, it's going to be the Rebels' turn once again at the plate. They have a 4-0 lead at the end of 1. Back after a commercial break, you're listening to baseball here on WCMP.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
106.5 FM, AM 1350. Of course, live with video at WCMPradio.com. Dragons hosting the Rebels of Moose Lake Willow River here today. The top of the first sees a 4-0 Rebel lead. Pine City got close. They added a runner on, but just could not swing him around. It is raining still, ladies and gentlemen, but it has lightened up a little bit, so might still be able to get this one played all the way through. That's the trouble with spring sports. Even when they start on time, they may not get to be played just because of the rain. But leading off now for the Rebels is Reese Boding. He gave that one a ride out to right field. Right fielder under it, and that's going to beat him. It's going to hit the fence, and he's going to throw it in to the second baseman. But Reese Boding is in with a leadoff double. So a leadoff double there for Reese Bodie. He was on top of that one. First pitch swinging, and he got exactly what he wanted out of that left-handed batter's box. Looks like they will get a new ball in here for Nick Stewart. And after that quick ball exchange, everyone's back. So again, Tyler Jewell. He reached on a single in his first at-bat, eventually crossed the plate as one of those first 4 runs. He was actually the first of those 4 runs to cross. So 1-0 count now to Jewell as that one was in the dirt. And here's the pitch from Stewart. That one's outside for ball 2. Agard tried to frame it. Good frame, but just too far outside. 2-0 count now for Jewell. And Jewell will give this one a ride. It bounces, and they will send the runner from second home. The throw to home is... Oh, it would have beat him, but it got through the glove of Agard. That was there, a beautiful throw from the shortstop. But Agard just had it slip through his glove. So it will score a run, and we'll still have a runner at second. 5-0 is the lead, as that will count as a single for Jewell, even though he is on second with the throw home. It leads to him taking second, so it's RBI single for Jewell. This first pitch to Magnus Kosher is fouled off. Oh, 1 count is inside for ball 1. Nobody out, 1 on. Kosher with a 1-1 count now. Here's the delivery in the dirt for ball 2. Agard again doing a good job keeping that in front of him. Making sure that doesn't roll. Again, the one of the downsides of this long backstop is if it does roll back behind you, it's going to roll a while. This one's hit onto the third baseman. Throw on to first is in time for out number 1. So Kosher grounds out to the third baseman for out number 1. Runner at second stays. And now coming to the plate, Joey Steen for the Rebels. He reached on a single and eventually scored all the way back just in the first. That one is in there low for ball 1 to Joey Steen from Nick Stewart. That one is swung on and hit out towards center field. He's there, but he can't reach it. It's going to get just past his outstretched glove, and it's going to be an RBI double for Joey Steen. So Steen gets an RBI double. Keep that runner at second, but add another run. It's 6-0. Now stepping to the plate, PJ Frisch. 2-run single last inning. And he looks to add on here. This one is swung on and hit out to left field. Down for a base hit. It's going to score the run. And with that throw in, he'll move to second. And I spoke too soon. It was nearly out again, but that ball, Agard trying to quickly grab the ball and tag the runner. But unfortunately, that ball just, for some reason, does not want to stick into his glove. And it falls out again, so that will be a scored run. It will count as a RBI, but it's just a single. Again, even though he wound up at second, it's an RBI single for Frisch. With the throw into home, that's what led him to be able to get to second. So again, another run scored. 7-0. Moose Lake Little River on top of Pine City with 1 down, and still runner on second for Luke Dewey. Left-handed batter. Stewart with the pitch. Low for ball 1. Stewart readies. And here's the pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. 1-1 count now to Luke Dewey. Runner on second, but only 1 down so far for Moose Lake Little River. They've added 3 more runs here. And trying to bunt his way on is Luke Dewey, but that one goes backwards for foul, and it will count as strike 2. 1-2 count for Luke Dewey, and Stewart will try and find the second out. This one is popped up. And out of play. Getting hard to see down the foul line here, but do my best. The easiest way is to either wait for the reaction or look at the ump. We'll do it again with a 1-2 count for Luke Dewey. Stewart with the windup. Here's the pitch. That one stays high. To draw the count even at 2-2. Two count. That one's low for ball 3. Throw over to third. Not in time. So the courtesy runner for Frisch is into third safely. So now runner at third with 1 down. That one is swung on and fouled back out of play by Luke Dewey. So Marzia, the pinch runner. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back once again by Luke Dewey. Dewey battling here in his second at-bat and in as many innings, trying to add on another run for his squad. They lead 7-0 over your Pine City Dragons with only 1 down here in the top of the second. And fouled that one back and out of play once again. So we'll do it one more time. Who will win this battle between Dewey and Stewart? And that one's up toward the shortstop. He's under it and backing up. Oh, it's going to beat him. That one hung up there a while, and those are tough because it can swirl around a little bit, and it did on him. And the shortstop, Blatz, just could not read it well enough to be able to get under it in time for out number 2. Sadly, that'll be counted as an error. And Hayden Danelski to the plate. He hit an RBI single last inning. Runners on the corner, 1 down for the Rebels. Check on the runner at first. He's back in plenty of time, but again, making him get dirty is Nick Stewart. Stewart with the pitch. In there for strike, and Agar will just hold on to it. Runner at first got a nice jump. And instead of risking the runner at third coming home, Agard holds on to it. Smart move there by Agard. Just realizing the situation and holds on to it. This one swung on and fouled back into the backstop by Danelski. Stewart will throw this one in there. That one's in the dirt. That one's going to get by, and it will roll to this far backstop. That will get one run home, and the runner from second will move to third. So after the steal to second, he's in third, and the runner from third scores on the pass ball, and it's 8-0 in favor of the Rebels. Stewart with the pitch to Danelski. That one's low. Oh, even the count at 2-2 for Hayden Danelski. Still only one out for Moose Lake Willow River. Here's the pitch from Stewart. That one swung on and popped foul. Not quite out of play, but foul. Do it again with a 2-2 count for Hayden Danelski. In the dirt, it's going to get by Agar. The run from third is going to score. So 2 pass balls lead to points for Moose Lake Willow River. Take the runner off third. Bases are empty for Danelski with a 3-2 count, full count. But they add on to their lead to make it now 9-0. Here's the pitch low to Danelski, and he will take his base with a walk. Bases were not empty for long. And the Rebels get a runner on first. With one down, 9-0 they lead. And Runo Larson steps up to the plate. Stewart with the pitch. That one swung on and hit right at the shortstop. A diving attempt, but it is just past his outstretched glove. And so close to nabbing that one, but it's going to be a single for Runo Larson. That'll move the runner up to second. And back to the top of the order with Lane Radzak. Radzak in the first inning was the first and third out. He grounded out in his first at-bat and then lined out in his second. Stewart hoping to make him the second out here this inning and then try and grab that final out so his team can get up there and start adding some runs back. But Radzak gives this one a ride out to shallow left. And it's down for a base hit. So the bases are now loaded after that single from Radzak. Bases loaded, one down. That brings up to the plate Reese Bodie. He's up to the plate for the second time in this inning. Stewart with the pitch, just low and outside for ball one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one swung on and hit right back up the middle. Shortstop is onto it, on to second for one, and the throw on to first is not going to be there. So a fielder's choice will score one. It'll be Danelski scoring. Larson moving up to third, and Radzak is out at second for out number 2. So they get one, can't turn 2, but They do get the second out. It's a 10-0 deficit now for Pine City, trailing 10-0. Stewart with the pitch to Jewell. And runners on the corners for Moose Lake Willow River. 2 down. Here's the pitch from Stewart. That one swung on and hit towards the shortstop. Picked up, throw on to first. In time for out number 3. So the Rebels do some damage here in this second inning. They get 6 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. And a couple pass balls, which led to 3 errors there for Pine City. So that'll be the end of the top of the second inning. Pine City trails 10-0 against the Moose Lake Willow River Rebels. It'll be Pine City's turn at the plate as we move to the bottom of the second inning, and now they hope to turn things around and get their bats going. And it's tough sometimes when you're out in the field for that long to get back into the swinging mode of things and try and find the strike zone when you got to be swinging at pitches and instead of fielding. So we'll see if they can't turn it on quickly and start to get some of these runs back and make it a game once again. But Tyler Jewell out there on the mound, been doing a pretty good job. Again, not quite the standard 1-2-3 last inning, but Blatz was out on a ground out, and then Agard struck out after Hagee got a single, and then he was thrown out stealing at second. So we did see that fourth battle, Hogberg, come to the plate, but he didn't get to finish his at-bat, so because of that, he gets to go up there with a brand new at-bat. As we see the Rebels warming up here on defense. Gives us a chance to look at the broadcast schedule coming up for us. Again, tomorrow, I know a possible chance for rain again tomorrow, but tomorrow we'll be back out here in Pine City as the Dragons will host Ogilvie for a doubleheader. If you joined us at the top of this broadcast, I mentioned how their game against Ogilvie, their first game of the season, got postponed because of weather. I said that was important, and that is why, because we will be back out here for that game, or games, tomorrow afternoon. First of that doubleheader game begins at 2:30 p.m. Waiting for the first base coach to get out there for Pine City, and then it'll be Hogberg's turn once again. Jewell with the windup and the pitch. Hogberg swings and misses on that one at the letters. 0-1 count now for Hogberg. Jewell with the windup and the pitch. Low and outside for ball 1. 1-1 count for Hogberg. Here's the 1-1 from Jewell. Outside for ball 2. Ball 3 as that one is outside as well. So a 3-1 count, and after swinging at the first pitch, he has not lifted the bat off his shoulder since, has Hogberg. And he'll see the 3-1 come by from Jewell. He'll give this one a ride, pop up into the infield, and just off the infield dirt, the second baseman is under it in time for out number 1. So 1 down for Pine City, as that'll bring the DH Waylon Peterson to the plate. Again, batting for Nick Stewart. Jewell gets ready. Here's the windup and the pitch. Peterson gives this one a ride, and that one is just past the stretch glove of the right fielder, and Waylon Peterson is on with a single. So much like the first inning, the Dragons get the leadoff guy out, but then the man behind him reaches with a single, and now Darian Hall up to the plate. That one's going to be in there for strike one on the inside part of the plate for Hall. Jewell with the 0-1. Swing and a miss by Hall makes it 0-2. Darian Hall takes a moment outside the batter's box, steps back in. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Jewell. Outside for ball one. That's a good eye there by Darian Hall. It's hard not to swing on 0-2, especially because you don't want to go down looking, but Hall lays off, and he's rewarded with a ball. Here's the 1-2, swing and a miss on that one, as Jewell just simply fires that one by him for out number 2. Ezra Barth coming up to the plate. Two down now for Pine City. Runner on first. Swing and a miss by Barth. And the throw over to first, not in time, as Waylon Peterson gets back in plenty. That one's in there for strike one to Ezra Barth. Or 2. I think it's 2. I lost count. Told you my math wasn't good. That one swung on. It's a low roller, a slow roller to first. Oh, they miscommunicate. The pitcher and first baseman miscommunicate. The runner is going to get to first easily, and the runner from first is going to move to third. So an error will lead to getting another runner on. And now the Dragons, with 2 down, have a runner on in scoring position. So the Dragons get some going here, and now it's Jacob Staber to the plate. The Dragons are one swing away from getting a run back on the board and maybe getting something going. Swing and a miss, though, high up in the zone by Jacob Staber. Jewell with the pitch. Oh, and that nailed Staber. That is no chance of getting out of the way of that one, and Staber moves down to first. That one will sting in the morning. Man, he took that like an absolute champ. Oh, man. So a hit by pitch loads the bases here for Evan Denz. And Evan Denz going to try and empty the bases, and man, if he did that, we'd be in for a nice 2-out rally here for Pine City. Jewell with the pitch to Denz, in there for strike one. A lot of times with the batters, they will watch that first pitch go by, and I know a lot of people think, well, why do you watch it? Well, to know what he's bringing, to know what he's going to throw at you. And yes, he's watched 8 before him, but you just never know what he's going to do now with bases loaded and what you're going to see. 2 similar pitches in a row. He knew that was coming that second time around, swung on it, and just missed. He knew exactly what was coming, though. He had the great read on that one, did Denz. But now it's 0-2, and now you got to be protecting, and this is where it gets tough. And that's going to be in there for strike 3. That's where a lot of times the pitcher has a huge advantage just because of the fact that you're down 0-2, you have to protect, basically almost swinging on everything, and that one just on the outside part of the zone does not, or it does clip enough of the plate for strike 3. So the Dragons will strand all 3 runners on. They will not cross a run. And they get 1 hit in this inning. No runs and no errors by Moose Lake Willow River. So a 10-0 lead here for the Rebels of Moose Lake Willow River. Good news for Pine City. That 10-run rule does not kick in until the 5th. So they've got the 5th inning to try and get those runs back. And they hit second in the 5th. So if it does come down to it, and we get to the 5th inning, they're still down by 10-plus runs, they get to bat second, so they get to try and add more runs to try and extend this game, to try and come back. We've seen that plenty from this team. This team has the ability to do that, but we'll find out more and see if this defense can't make a stop here once we come back on WCMP.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch, the premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Back here for the top of the 3rd inning, Pine City trails Moose Lake Willow River 10-0 as we begin the 3rd inning. Pine City got those bats rolling there in the 2nd. Started with a single and then an error got Barthon, and Jacob Staber took one in the side like a champ. I still don't know how he was just walking after that. I mean, just absolute champ. But we will see a new pitcher here for Pine City. Now it's going to be Evan Denz on the mound. So Stewart goes 2 innings and allows 10 runs. Only walked 3, though. Didn't walk too many. And did not, unfortunately, grab a strikeout. But he did allow 11 hits. So Evan Denz will be the new pitcher for Pine City, and leading off the top of the 3rd for Moose Lake Willow River is going to be Magnus Kosher. He is 1 for 2 today. He grounded out in the last inning, and an RBI single back in the 1st. Denz, the first pitch to him was low, and that one's going to be low and outside. So 2-0 count now for Magnus Kosher. Denz readies. Here's the 2-0 delivery. That one's going to stay high in the zone for ball 3. It's not an easy spot to come in here if you're any pitcher, down 10-0, but that one's going to stay high and reach the backstop. And now again, if you turn the corner, you can take second, but Kosher's just going to walk down to second. He's not going to think about taking an extra base. Like to see the hustle, though, from Agard. Love to see it. So runner on first via a walk. And now second up to the plate is Joey Steen. 2 innings in a row, the Rebels have batted around, hoping to avoid that hero of the Dragons. That one's going to be low for ball 1 to Steen. You know, Kosher had a healthy lead over there at first. I wonder if Denz might not be able to coax him into getting maybe even one step further and throwing him out. That one's going to be in there for strike 1. Evan Denz It's that first one through, and sometimes all it takes is just to get that first one in there, and then the rest follow, and then all of a sudden a pitcher can heat up. Evan Dens, we'll see if that's the case. Steen with a 1-1 count. Dens, that one stays high for ball 2. I seen exactly what he was trying to do with that one, but just could not keep it down in the zone. Dens with the pitch. That one's low in the dirt. 3-1 for Joey Steen. Again, runner on first. He is the leadoff man for Moose Lake Little River. Of this inning, anyways. Dens will do a double take over to the runner at first. Here's the 3-1. That one is in there for strike 2 to Joey Steen. And now it's a full count from Evan Dens. Dens with the full count. That one stays high. And it's another walk. Joey Steen patient on that at bat. That will move Kosher up to second with nobody out. And it brings to the plate PJ Frisch, who in back-to-back at-bats has an RBI single. And he reached on a pass ball, which helped him. He didn't reach, excuse me. He crossed the plate on a pass ball, which led to one of their 6 runs last inning. Dens takes a look at that runner at second. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit out to shallow center. It's grabbed and will be thrown in, and that will load the bases for Luke Dewey. So Luke Dewey now up to the plate. Batting in that left-handed batter's box. Back-to-back lefties to face for Evan Dens. Bases loaded, nobody out. First one is in there for strike 1 from Evan Dens. Sometimes you apply a little bit more pressure on a pitcher, and that's when they really start to get into a rhythm, and hopefully the case here for Evan Dens. First pitch looked good. Ooh, just high for ball 1. It's a good spot for that one. Good spot. Just a tad high. And here's the 1-1 delivery from Dens. Outside for ball 2. So a 2-1 count now to Luke Dewey, and the struggle here for a pitcher is if you walk him, well, then you're walking home a run. If you give him something to swing, well, then he's giving it a ride, and you're close, if not emptying the bases. So it's a very, very tough situation. This one's inside for ball 3. 3-1 for Luke Dewey with the bases loaded. And that one's going to go by Agard. They're not going to send anybody else. Everyone will walk to their plates, as that will score a run on the pass ball. And Hayden Danelski back up to the plate. Bases remain loaded. It's 11-0 for Moose Lake Little River. First pitch is just low for ball 1 to Hayden Danelski. That's a pitch that Stewart threw in the first inning and got a couple of guys to swing on it a few times, actually. So I like that Dens is going back to that one. That one's in there for strike 1. 1-1 count now to Danelski. Again, bases loaded, nobody out for Moose Lake Little River. Dens coming in relief for Stewart here in this third inning. That one's inside. Spinning out of the way is Danelski to make it a 2-1 count. And the tough part for these pitchers is, it may be an off day for Pine City and their pitchers. And sometimes that just happens. One of the biggest things if you're a young pitcher, though, is you just got to realize off days happen. And you got to move on to the next day because an off day can really hurt the momentum. But, again, they're young guys, and the coaches will tell them that too. Hey, we just got to move on. It's one bad day. One bad day does not a season make. So Evan Dens gives that one a ride. Beautiful pitch, and that one's going to be fouled back out of play. That'll draw the count full, I believe. Yep, full count. Take a look at the umpire. He gives a 3-2 signal, and Danelski will battle with a full count here. Dens trying to get the first out of the inning. But that one is given a ride to left center. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. The runner from first going to third. And that'll be it. So an RBI single for Danelski. He will take second on the throw in. So a 2-run single for Danelski. And that makes it 13-0, with runners on second and third, with nobody out. First pitch in here to Runo Larson is low for ball 1. Dens with the pitch. Nice spot for that pitch. That is a beautiful pitch from Dens to make it 1-1 for Runo Larson. That's going to bounce in the dirt. We'll get by Agard, but everyone will stay. So no movement there from the Rebels. Runners at second and third, nobody out. 13-0 is the score. And if this were 3-0, we'd probably see the Rebels going. But 13-0, they're not really going to send anybody. They're not going to be overly aggressive. Good pitch, just low, though. And it's going to be 3-0 count now for Larson. Dens, readies, here's the pitch. And that one, I think it may have got him. I think it may have got Larson. Either way, it will be the fourth ball, and the bases will once again be loaded for the Rebels with nobody down. Here in the top of the third, bringing back to the plate, Lane Radzak. He's 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch, low for ball 1. So Dens readies with the 1-0 pitch on the way. And Radzak will give this one a ride. A slow roller up the middle. Throw on to first is not going to be in time. So an infield single for Lane Radzak. Man, that grass really slowed that ball down. So technically, it is a RBI single, as he did reach on the infield single. Bases will remain loaded. 14-0 for Reese Bodie at the plate, and that one is in there for strike 1. Yet to see an out here in the top of the third for the Rebels. Dens, that one is going to be outside. It will draw it to a 1-1 now for Reese Bodie. He is as well 1 for 3 today. Reached on a fielder's choice last inning and a double as they batted around. Dens gives this one right up the middle. The hit is to the shortstop, and he thought about throwing it to second, but runner from second is there in time. So that is out number 1 here in the third. So bases will stay loaded, but we finally have our first out of the inning. And as that one was lined right to the shortstop, this one is swung on low, and it's going to be foul down the third base line. Of course, that's Tyler Jewell now at the plate. He is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. He gives this one. It's a pop-up right to the shortstop once again. He's under it to grab it in time for out number 2. So back-to-back out here for Pine City. And 2 down, bases loaded. We're back to the leadoff batter of this inning, Magnus Kosher. So they will, for the third inning in a row, bat around, will the Rebels. But Dens found a little something to go now. That one's going to be low for ball 1. So he has 4 runs crossed, but these back-to-back outs, and all of a sudden you're in a good spot here. Dens fires that one in there. Great block by Agard, but that will push the count 2-0 for Magnus Kosher. Dens with the 2-0 pitch on the way. And swing and a miss from Kosher there. Kosher saw that one at the letters, was tempted and swung at it. So good pitch there from Dens to make it a 2-1 count. And here's the 2-1 delivery. It's going to bounce in the dirt. And again, with the lead that the Rebels have, they will not send anybody on that pass ball. Just a sportsmanship thing. When you got a lead that's 10+, you normally don't send anybody else on a pass ball. Again, 4-0, probably we would see something different. But because it is 14-0, teams will not be as aggressive. So here's the pitch from Dens. It's going to be low for ball 4, and unfortunately that will walk home a run. So Kosher, for the second time this inning, walks. And at the plate now, Joey Steen swinging on that one and missing. Again, 2 down, bases loaded. It's 15-0 in favor of the Rebels. Dens misses with that pitch, and it's 1-1 count for Steen. Dens readies the pitch. And here it is. It's going to bounce in the dirt. Agard will go and get this one. But again, Rebels will hold everybody. So Dens will walk back to the rubber as Agard makes his way back behind the plate. It's a 2-1 count now for Steen. And here's the pitch from Dens. Oh, and that's going to get Steen, excuse me. Steen unable to get out of the way, and that will hit him, so he'll be on. That will, again, bring home a run. And it's 16-0. And now it's P.J. Frisch back to the plate. Going outside for ball 1. Dens with the pitch. Just inside for ball 2. 2-0 count now to PJ Frisch. He hit a single in this inning. That one's low as well to Frisch, and it's a 3-0 count. Dens readies. Here's the 3-0 delivery. Oh, and Frisch thought about it. Holds off. It's a strike anyways. And more times than not, 3-0, you won't ever see a batter lift that bat off his shoulder. Frisch just kind of couldn't help himself there. Here's the 3-1. And it'll be another walk. That will score a run. So 17-0 is the lead for Moose Lake Willow River. We got a timeout called here by Pine City, and it does appear we will have a pitching change. So Dens goes 2/3 innings, and we will see who the next pitcher will be here for Pine City after this commercial break. You're listening to Baseball on WCMP.
Wellia Health Community Pharmacies are here for you, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 to 1:30 on Saturdays at both our Mora and Pine City locations. Our approachable pharmacists are available to address all your medication queries and facilitate hassle-free prescription transfers. Contact us in Pine City at 320-322-5141 and in Mora at 320-679-3999. We offer local options to enhance your convenience. Explore further details online at welliahealth.org.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
So it'll be Darian Hall taking over for the rest of this inning. That one is high in the zone. So now in for Luke Dewey for the Rebels is number 11, and I promise you in just a moment we will get that batter for you. That's going to be number 11, who was the pinch runner earlier. This one's inside. It's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Parker Smarza. So he will walk. That will bring home another run. That's 8 in this inning. Hayden Danelski back to the plate. Still 2 down here. Danelski's going to give this one a ride. It's going to get down just past the infield. And it's going to score another one. So a 2-run single from Danelski. And now to the plate for Runo Larson is going to be number 13. It's going to be J.J. Selko-Oleziak. And it is 20-0. Dragons trail here to the Moose Lake Little River Rebels. Top of the third. Again, still 2 outs here. Pine City trying to get out of this inning. We've seen 10 runs come across the board. This one is given a ride just through between the third baseman and the shortstop, and they will stay. It'll be a single for J.J. Selko-Oleziak. And now stepping up to the plate once again, his second time this inning, will be Lane Radzak. That one's going to bounce. And again, Rebels will just hold everybody. Darian Hall trying to wrap up this inning for Pine City. And they got those 2 consecutive outs, but just have not been able to find that third and final. And Radzak gives this one a ride, and it's going to go back behind the plate. Foul. I know we talked about that rain earlier, but since then, the sun has come out, the clouds have moved on, and it's a beautiful day for baseball, or any spring sports for that matter. Baseball, softball, track and field, tennis, doesn't matter. Beautiful day for spring sports. Going to be a pass ball here. Again, Rebels, they're going to hold everybody. They're not going to really send anybody else. When you have a massive lead like this, there's no need to. You don't need to pour it on. So here's the pitch from Hall. And Radzak swings and misses on that one. I believe it's 2-2 now. Yes, 2-2 even for Radzak. Darian Hall trying to finish off the inning. That was going to be just outside. And that'll draw the count full. Hall readies. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one bounces. And that will walk home a run. And now to the plate again. His second time up is Reese Bodie, lined out in his first at-bat. So let's see if they can't grab another line out from him and finish off this third inning with the Rebels leading 21-0. First pitch is ball 1. That one's in there, they're going to say, for strike 1. One from Hall, outside. So it should be 2-1 for Reese Bodie. Swing and a miss. Draw the count even, 2-2. Already's with the 2-2, trying to finish off the inning. And that one just outside to draw the count full. That one's in there for strike 3, and that will end the inning. Believe it or not, the first strikeout of the game for Pine City. He went down looking, did Bodie. I don't think he was trying to do too much there, but. So, the Dragons finally get out of the inning, but they see 11 runs across the board. And we will head to the bottom of the third. We'll see if the Dragons can't try and get back some of these runs. As, again, 11 runs crossed for the Rebels in that third inning. Five hits, 11 runs for the Rebels in that third inning, bottom of the third. And Rebels will bring out a new pitcher as well. For them, coming in to pitch is going to be PJ Frisch. So Tyler Jewell goes 2 innings. He grabs 3 strikeouts. Does not allow a run to cross. And only allowed 2 hits. He did get that one hit by pitch, though, so. Other than that, that was the only walk he allowed. So PJ Frisch is going to be the new pitcher for the Rebels, as the Dragons need to get their bats going early and often here in the bottom of the third. They trail by 21 to the Rebels out of Moose Lake, Wooler River. Getting a few changes here for the Rebel defense, as the Dragons go back to the top of the order, with Elliot Blatt's going to be leading off here in the bottom of the third. 0 for 1 today, grounded out, but the last inning, the Dragons got something going. They looked like they had a chance. They did have that runner on third, but just could not cross him home. And you feel like, man, if they were able to do that, that really would have turned the tide heavily in Pine City's favor at that time, only down 10-0, so would have really made a big difference, but it is part of the game. So Elliot Blatz making his way to the right-handed batter's box. Takes a glance down at the third base coach. Of course, their head coach, Corey Schmidt. You might recognize that name from the Hinckley Knights. Yeah, that Corey Schmidt. He plays over there with the Hinckley Knights, who was managed by another former Dragon coach, and Ted Haas. Great guy. He was the girls basketball coach for many years and had plenty of opportunities to interview him, plus the Knights manager interview him for that. So great guy to talk to. As Blatt sees the first pitch in there for strike 1, and then this next one is called ball. 1-1 count now for Elliot Blatz. Left-handed pitcher Frisch with the pitch. That one's going to be inside for ball 2 to Elliot Blatz. Two-one count. Here's the pitch from Frisch. Blatz gives this one a ride down the third baseline, but foul. So a 2-2 count for Elliot Blatz, the leadoff batter for Pine City. And here's the 2-2. Oh, it's going to be in there for strike 3, and Blatz will go down looking. So that is out number 1. Now coming to the plate will be Bo Heggie. That one to him is in there for strike 1. Frisch with the 0-1. Heggie gives this one a ride, but the shortstop is there for out number 2. Ethan Agard up to the plate. Trying to get something on the board for his team. That one's in there to Ethan Agard for strike 1. Gives this one a ride right to the shortstop. Throw on to first is going to take him off the bag. I don't know how you'd score that one, but that will put a runner on first with 2 down for the Dragons. We'll give him the base hit. Why not? Agard with a single. I know that's probably not how it would be scored because I pulled him off the base, but I think that would count as an error. But we're going to give him the single anyways, because I'm running the book now for me, and that's what I say. Next pitch to Caleb Hogberg here is in there for strike 1. So 2 down and a runner on for Pine City. And PJ Frisch. Excuse me, a ball there for Hogberg. Runner on first, 2 down. That one is swung on, a slow roller to the shortstop. Oh, and that's going to get an error there on the shortstop, and that will lead to Hogberg reaching. So an error. We'll get 2 runners on now for Pine City. 1 on in scoring position with 2 down. Can we see a 2-out, 21-run rally? Up to the plate now, Waylon Peterson. He reached on a single in his last at-bat. Maybe he can get some magic going here for Pine City. He gives this one a ride just past the third baseman. There you go. The runner's going to stop at third. Ooh, is that left fielder? Man, he got that ball in quick. Wow. I thought they were going to send the runner, but they didn't have a chance because that left fielder got to that ball in a hurry. But bases are loaded, 2 down. Do we have a 2-out rally in for the Dragons? Down by 21. Now, again, I don't know if there's a 20-run rule after 3 or if it's the 10-run after 5. I believe it's still a 10-run after 5. And if that's the case, the Dragons need at least 11 in the next 2 innings. But up to the plate now is Darian Hall, and he watches that one go by for ball 1. 2 hits in this inning for Pine City. I mean, one's technically an error, but I called it a single. Next pitch here to Hall is in there for strike 1. So it's a 1-1 count for Darian Hall. And here's the 1-1, and that makes it a 2-1 count now for Hall. So that one's inside. At Hall's feet. Bases loaded, 2 down for Pine City. Frisch with the pitch in there for strike 2. That evens the count at 2-2 for Darian Hall. That one's in there for strike 3, and Hall will go down looking for out number 3. So the Dragons load the bases, but are unable to get any runners to cross, and they will strand all three. And yes, it will be. It is all five, so we do have to go five with the run rule, but we move to the top of the fourth, and I would not be too surprised to see some new faces for the Rebels at the plate. As we move to the top of the fourth, we'll take a commercial break. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to baseball here on WCMP.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for bulk baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
A duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
Welcome to Wellia Health's new birth center at our Mora campus. Step into our state-of-the-art facility designed for your comfort and safety. Explore our virtual tour and immerse yourself in the excitement of welcoming your newest family member. Prepare for the journey of parenthood with our comprehensive prenatal education series and discover expert tips on our blog. Your journey starts here. Come experience Wellia Health's birth center in Mora, Minnesota today, or explore online at welliahealth.org.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
Back here on WCMP, top of the fourth inning. The Rebels lead your Pine City Dragons 21-0. Darian Hall will be back on the rubber for this inning. Darian Hall getting these final warm-up pitches in, and then we will see Tyler Jewell work his way back to the plate. He has seen the plate once in every single inning, almost twice. But he has seen the plate every single inning. New catcher out there, I do believe, is Ezra Barth. So Tyler Jewell works his way to the plate now, and here's the windup and the pitch from Hall. It's going to be in there for strike one. So an 0-1 count now for Tyler Jewell. And that one is swung on, popped up, and Hall going to get there and grab it for out number one. Coming all the way from the mound to get that one, and he grabs it for out number one. Not the first time the Dragons have gotten out on the first at-bat of an inning. They're hoping that spells a quick 1-2-3 maybe. Magnus Kosher up to the plate. He has seen the plate 4 times here today. That one going to go over the head of Kosher. Here's the pitch, and that one's in there for strike one. To Magnus Kosher, 1-1. Hall with the windup and the pitch. And that one is swung on and fouled back out of play. So 1-2 count now for Kosher. And Darian Hall readies. Here's the windup and the pitch. Oh, it's going to get him in the back. And again, nothing like that is intentional. It's just, that's kind of sometimes what happens when a ball gets away. We will see a new batter here for Moose Lake Willow River in place of Joey Steen. That'll be number 17. That's going to be Robbie Roach. As he sees the ball for ball one. And he tips this one foul. So 1-1 count now for Roach. A runner on first. That one's inside to Roach for ball two. 2-1 count for Robbie Roach. And that one's in there for strike two. Evens the count at 2-2 now for Robbie Roach. Here's the pitch from Hall. Inside, and now we'll move the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Robbie Roach. 1 down here in the top of the 4th. 1 gone as well. Here's the pitch from Hall. It's in the dirt, and that is a walk for Robbie Roach. So runners on first and second with 1 down for the Rebels. And yes, we will see another new batter. So in for PJ Frisch is going to be number 1. And that is Carson Whitehouse. Swing and misses on that one for strike 1. So Carson Whitehouse, in for Frisch. Darian Hall ahead in the count. 0-1. And that one stays high. Over the head of the catcher Barth for ball 1. So 1-1 to Carson Whitehouse. In there for strike 2 from Darian Hall. Good news here for Pine City. If you induce a ground ball, you got a great chance at a double play, as they can touch any bag for an out. And Hall winds up with the pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. And Hall has both of the Dragon strikeouts. So Carson Whitehouse strikes out. And that is out number 2. And Parker Smarza back to the plate. So 2 down now for the Rebels. Hall with the pitch. That one's low for ball 1. One 0 count for Smarza. That one's in the dirt for ball 2. Top of the 4th, 2 down. 2 on for the Rebels at first and second. Darian Hall, who came in for the last third inning of work in the 3rd, has gotten the 2nd strikeout for Pine City today. All readies, and here's the pitch. That one swung on and given a ride down the left field line. And it's in play. That will drive home a run for an RBI single from Parker Samarza. So now to the plate, Hayden Danelski. Thought about that one, but holds off for ball one. So still 2 out, 2 on. It's 22-0. That one sails over the head of the catcher. For ball 2, runners will stay. It'll be a 2-0 count for Danelski. That one's in there for strike one. 2-1 count to Hayden Danelski. Here's the pitch from Hall. That one swung on, lifted out to left center, and it's going to get by the center fielder. That'll drive home one. And that's it. An RBI double for Danelski. So runners on second and third now. Still 2 down. The runner did cross to make it 23-0. And at the plate. Now it's going to be number 13 in for Lane Radzak. We'll give you his name in just a moment. And that's going to be, that's J.J. Selko Elysiak. Apologize. He's in for Runa Larson at the 9 spot. And that one gets over the head of Barth. He'll race back for it. And grab it, of course, Moose Lake Willow River will just keep their players where they are. Two down, runners on second and third for the Rebels. 2 runs have crossed once again. Here's the pitch from Hall. High and outside. Hall readies. Here's the pitch. Oh, and that's going to get him again. So Elysiak will move on down to first after being hit by the pitch. Bases loaded. Now to the plate, Lane Radzak. Here's the pitch from Hall in the dirt. Nice block by Barth to keep it in front, 0-1. 23-0 is the score. Pine City trails. Here's the 1-0 outside. Ball 2 to Radzak. Hall readies. And here's the pitch. Swung on, down to the third baseman. All they need to do is tag him, but throw on to second is there for out number 3. So the Dragons see a couple more runs cross. Just 2 more runs. Let's count them. 1, 2 hits. No errors from Pine City in the last 2 innings. And that'll move us down to the bottom of the fourth. Dragons trail 23 zip on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. And we will have a new pitcher here for the Rebels. It's going to be number 8 now, and that'll be Hayden Danelski. So PJ Frisch, he goes 1 inning. And he allowed 2 hits, as did Jewel. He did not allow a run, though. And he also grabbed 2 strikeouts. No hit by pitches either. So again, Hayden Danelski, the new pitcher for Moose Lake Willow River. And we will go to commercial break while he gets his warm-up pitches in there. We'll be right back after word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to Baseball on WCMP.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Wellia Health Community Pharmacies are here for you, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 to 1:30 on Saturdays at both our Mora and Pine City locations. Our approachable pharmacists are available to address all your medication queries and facilitate hassle-free prescription transfers. Contact us in Pine City at 320-322-5141 and in Mora at 320-679-3999. We offer local options to enhance your convenience. Explore further details online at welliahealth.org.
Back here on WCMP. Pine City trails 23-0 at the bottom of the 4th inning. Leading off here, the bottom of the 4th is Ezra Barth. Gives this first pitch a ride into foul territory, out of play. That one's in there for strike 2 to Barth. Again, new pitcher Hayden Danelski in for what is presumably the final inning, unless Pine City gets 13 runs between this and next inning. Danelski with the pitch, and that one's high for ball 1. So 1-2 count now to Ezra Barth. 1-2 count. Danelski. Ready? Here's the windup and the pitch. Low for ball 2. Evens the count at 2-2 now for Ezra Barth. Here's the pitch from Danelski. Outside, and that runs the count full now for Ezra Barth. So quick 2 strikes, and then the next 3 have not been swingable, and all of a sudden Barth has got a chance to get on base, but he swings and misses on that one for out 1 at the bottom of the 4th. And that'll bring to the plate Jacob Staber. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd, and man, did that nail him. He stood strong. And that one is in there inside for ball 1. Looks like we will have a new at-bat in for Evan Denz. Will be Tanner Fix. 2-0 count now to Jacob Staber. This one is swung back in, maybe even over the backstop. Nope, into the backstop. It finds its resting place back there, and it's now 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike for Jacob Staber. Leadoff batter was struck out, and here's the pitch from Danelski. That one's in there for strike 2. Evens it out at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Staber gives this one a ride, but right into the glove of the second baseman for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Dragons. And now stepping up to the plate, going to be number 10, Tanner Fix. Danelski with the pitch. Low and in the dirt for ball 1 for the left-handed batter, Tanner Fix. That one's outside for ball 2. 2-0 count now for Tanner Fix. And here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Makes it 2-1. Elliot Blatz on deck. Here's the 2-1 delivery. In there for strike 2. Evens the count at 2-2 now for Tanner Fix. And Danelski trying to make it a 1-2-3 inning. Inside for ball 3. Full count now. Tanner Fix trying to get something going for Pine City. Again, they play tomorrow, doubleheader against Ogilvie. Oh, half swing, didn't go, but it's in there for strike 3 anyways. So it'll technically be a backwards K for out 3. 1-2-3 go of the Dragons. We'll move to the top of the 5th for what would presumably be the Rebels' last time at the plate. Again, unless Pine City is able to get 13 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Never say never, I guess. Never say never. So we move to the top of the 5th inning when we return after a word from our fine sponsors. Listening to baseball on WCMP.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Visit Town & Country Insurance today at townandcountry-ins.com or stop in our offices in Finlayson, Hinckley, and Mora.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops, and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. If your batter needs some individual instruction, Here's the Pitch has lessons with current and former collegiate instructors. Make the right call today. They've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. Here'sthepitchmn.com.
a duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
Welcome to Wellia Health's new birth center at our Mora campus. Step into our state-of-the-art facility designed for your comfort and safety. Explore our virtual tour and immerse yourself in the excitement of welcoming your newest family member. Prepare for the journey of parenthood with our comprehensive prenatal education series and discover expert tips on our blog. Your journey starts here. Come experience Wellia Health's birth center in Mora, Minnesota today, or explore online at welliahealth.org.
Pitcher here is Darian Rodriguez. And first pitch swinging is Reese Bodie. And he grounds out to the third baseman for out number 1. So top of the fifth, we'll see an out right away. Now to plate, Tyler Jewell. Flew out in his last at-bat. He will see the plate in every inning here today. Darian Rodriguez, again, the new pitcher for Pine City. As the last one, Darian Hall, went 1 1/3. And he did get the first 2 strikeouts on the day for Pine City. Rodriguez, this one is swung on and hit by Jewell down the third base line. Foul. Here's the pitch. And Jewell gives this one a ride out to center field. The center fielder's under it. Has to leap for it, but he makes the grab in center field for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Rebels. And the Dragons trying to make their quickest inning of work yet. For the first time in the game last inning, they did not allow them to bat around. So now Magnus Kosher up to the plate and trying to make it 1-2-3. Rodriguez wants a new ball, so he'll get that new one, and he'll give the other one to the ump. And Darian Rodriguez back up onto the mound. Rodriguez with the pitch. That one's low in the dirt for ball 1 to Magnus Kosher. He is 1 for 2 today. He has reached via a walk or hit by pitch 3 times. And scored 4. This one is popped up and grabbed for out number 3. So it's a 1, 2, 3 up, 3 down for the Rebels. The Dragons make quick work of that half of an inning. And we'll now move on to the bottom of the 5th, which will presumably be the final inning of the game. Again, Dragons need 13 runs to continue, so I guess never say never, but it is a pretty large margin to overcome. So we'll come back after a word from our fine sponsors. Stay tuned for what, again, should be the final half of an inning. You're listening to Baseball on WCMP.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
And here's Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for bulk baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
Back here on WCMP, what should be the final half of an inning. Pine City will lead off with their leadoff hitter, Elliot Blatz. In the bottom of the fifth, new pitcher here for the Rebels, Luke Dewey. He started off the game over at left field, and he was, 0 for today. He reached twice on a walk, once on an error, or 3 times on a walk, once on an error and stole a base as well. Here's the windup in the pitch. Low. And it's a 1-1 count now for Elliot Blatz as the leadoff hitter into the bottom of the fifth. That one's in the dirt. Ball 2. 2-1 for Elliot Blatz. 3-1 after that one stays high from Luke Dewey. Here's the windup in the pitch from Dewey. And that one's inside for ball 4. So leadoff walk for the Dragons. We'll put a runner on first. And now Bo Heggie to the plate. First pitch looks to be ball 1. Dewey with the pitch. Inside, ball 2. 2-0 count for Bo Heggie. And that one is low and inside for ball 3. 3-0 count for Bo Heggie. Probably won't be swinging here, as we normally see with a 3-0 count. Does not lift the bat off his shoulder, and he walks. So a 4-pitch walk here for Heggie. We'll put runners on at first and second. Nobody out. And this ball is swung on and hit towards the infield. Second baseman calls everybody off for out number 1. So Ethan Agard flies out to the second baseman for out number 1. So 2 on, and now 1 down for Pine City. Agard wanted to give that one a ride, just could not straighten it out. And now to plate, a new batter for Pine City, number 19, Jackson Karras. Swings and misses on that one. Karras in for Hogberg. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Here's the 0-1. That one swung on and lifted back out of play to make it 0-2 to Jackson Karras. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Karras with an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch from Dewey. In the dirt, gets by, and that'll send a runner to third. He looks at home, stops at third, and the runner from first will move to second. So now, runners on in scoring position with 1 down. Jackson Karras at the plate with a 1-2 count. Here's a pitch from Dewey in there, and Karras will go down looking. So out number 2 for Pine City, down to their final out of the ball game. And it's Waylon Peterson at the plate. Peterson, 2 for 2 today. That one's in there for strike 1. Dewey with the pitch in the dirt. Nice job by the catcher to keep that one in front of him for the Rebels. So 1-1 now for Waylon Peterson. 2 down, runners on in scoring position. And Peterson foul tips that one. And down to their final strike are the Dragons with a 1-2 count for Waylon Peterson. Dewey with the pitch in the dirt. Again, another good block there from the catcher. And that'll make it a 2-2 count, even it up. I want to say that's Danelski. I believe that's an 8 back behind the plate. And that'll make it a full count now for Waylon Peterson. And he's 2 for 2 on the day. Oh, and that one sails over the head of the catcher. They will not try and take home. So Peterson reaches on a walk. And now to the plate. Going to be number 15, Darian Rodriguez. First pitch is in there to him for strike 1. Bases loaded and 2 down. Here's the pitch. Thought about it, but it's going to be strike 2. So 0-2 now for Darian Rodriguez. And the Dragons are down to their final strike of the game. Got a piece of that one. Fouls it back. Here's the 0-2. Outside. Whew. Ball 1 for Darian Rodriguez. So 1-2 count for Rodriguez. 2 down. Bases loaded. High for ball 2. 2-2 count now for Rodriguez. Two pitch from Dewey. Swung on and missed for the final out of the game. Well, that will be it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do a quick recap here. Darian Rodriguez went the final inning for the Dragons. He got a 1-2-3, did not allow a hit, did not grab a strikeout, did not walk a player, and got no runs. That was the first inning with no runs for the Rebels. So the Dragons will fall here in this one to the Rebels 23-0. And that'll drop them to 0-3 on the season. And the Rebels move to 2-1 on this young season. Stay tuned to our morning shows on 95.5 FM KBEK with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, then on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's when you can catch your local sports updates. Talk this game and all the other games going on in our local listening area. Plus, stay tuned to our social medias at our Facebooks for WCMP and KBK, plus our Twitter at WCMP Radio. Of course, stay tuned to our websites as well, WCMPradio.com, KBEK.com for all things local sports. Social medias will have cancellations, postponements of games, breaking news or breaking sports news, LOI signings, all those things. So stay tuned for that to our social medias. Of course, I want to thank all of you for tuning in here today. Thanks so much for tuning in. I want to give a huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors. Thanks so much to all of them. Of course, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to come out here and broadcast any of these games. So we appreciate our sponsors for sponsoring this and every other broadcast. Thanks so much to my camera woman to my right for being here today. She does great work. Provides you a different angle of the game that I can't provide myself, so I appreciate her being here, running the camera for me. And again, the final here from Pine City. The Dragons fall to the Moose Lake Little River Rebels 23-0. Remember to be kind to everyone. You don't know what someone is going through. Your kindness could really make their day. The Dragons fall here to the Rebels of Moose Lake Little River 23-0. Thank you all for tuning in. Thanks to all the fine sponsors. Have a great rest of your night.